Okay, we're doing it again. I was supposed to record this yesterday, but I guess yesterday was a no-go for me. Now I'm all stocked up on material. I don't know where to begin here. So let's just enjoy this theme. Simon. There we go. Alright, so here we are, once again. Where to begin, man? Where to begin? I'm so tired, guys. So tired. So tired, but there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to cover, a lot of ground. And I want to make this all fast-paced and fun. And I'm going to attempt to do that, because, you know, I just got to get into character here. It takes me a couple minutes to get into character. Let me do some voice exercises on air. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Do I sound good enough here? Do I sound alright? I think so. I really do. Okay, so we're back. Today's Thursday. I meant to record this Wednesday, but that didn't happen. But I do have a lot to talk about here, so let's just move right along. And a lot of it's just old news, just stories just been floating around all week, but they just keep gaining in traction over and over again. It's just nuts. And so it's like, okay, well, you know, this is making me very interested, so I would like to know more. That's, so that's how curiosity works, I suppose. Yikes. Alright. So, yeah, that was the theme song to Simon & Simon. He opened the show here with. I never watched that show growing up. But it's kind of nostalgic for me because it's been... Because like 5 years ago, Adult Swim did... I think they called it the greatest television moment ever, or something like that. And they made this big deal out of it. And they wouldn't tell you what it was until it aired. They was just promoting, it's like, this is the greatest television moment of all time. It's like, tune in. And then you tune in, and it's a shot-by-shot recreation of the opening theme of the television show Simon & Simon, with Jon Hamm and Adam Scott as Simon & Simon. But I know nothing about that show. I know nothing at all about that show. All I know is that Simon & Simon are not brothers in real life, only on television, which is, you know, I learned that from Eric Cartman way back in the day. So, yeah, they're not brothers in real life, but when I watched the opening of it, it appears that these guys are either cops or private investigators. I'm not really sure what it's about. It looks like they go on a lot of adventures and they have a lot of fun. And they're always pulling their guns out and running away from maybe explosions. I don't know. Did they run from explosions in the opening? There was a car chase in a desert, and it just splashes in a pond. But, you know, I was always wondering, what is that show really about? So, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go to my good friend Wikipedia here and find out what this Simon & Simon BS is all about. Let's see. That's my imitation of the internet loading. Oh, my web's going slow right now. It's like you're blowing my show, internet. You're blowing my show. Okay. Simon & Simon. I don't know, what the hell is that show about? Never watched it. But I love that theme. I love that opening theme. I have no connection. That blows. Alright, well, okay. We're, okay, I think this is it. Yeah. Alright. Simon and Simon is an American detective television series that originally ran from 1981 to 1989. Private detectives. Knew it. I was going to venture a guess to say maybe bounty hunters, but that would be too modern. I think if they redid Simon and Simon, they'd be bounty hunters now. But yeah, so they're PIs that go on adventures. It's like I'm not gonna read the entire Wikipedia page because I could do this whole show just reading Wikipedia pages, and it's like, hey, look, Nick is reading Wikipedia. Nick reads Wikipedia, which is a good idea for a series, but I'm not gonna do it here. I'm not gonna do it. It can't happen that way. But yeah, well, that's Simon and Simon there. So I guess introductions are done. Welcome to Vent with Nick R. Murphy. As always, I'm your host, Nick R. Murphy. So there's a lot of, oh my god, I'm going through the stories here. I'm trying to find one specific story, but about the harassment, but I'm just trying to sort through all the other people who are being charged with the harassment. But I want to talk about this first, because Terry Crews is in the news. Crews is in the news because he named names. He named names the other day. I think yesterday the story dropped. And he named names. He told, because one of my favorite victims, because most of the victims are all women, but Terry Crews is a large African American gentleman, and he can hold his own. And thought of him being groped or harassed is like unheard of. But then last month he comes out with a Me Too, and someone really big up in the industry just grabbed his crotch at a party. I guess it wasn't on a dare. I guess the dude was actually after his crotch. I don't know what drugs he was on, but yeah, he said he was pissed off. He felt violated. And this guy, he wasn't an up-and-comer. This happened last year at a party last year. And he was with his wife at the time. And, he was in his late 40s. I mean, he's been in everything for the last decade. He's been all over the place. And even then, with all the success that he's attained, he's still getting treated like an object. I mean, Jesus. I just thought it was crazy, and so he decided to name names. And I can't really remember the guy's name, but he's like the head of a big Hollywood agency. It's like the William Morris Endeavor. Let me see. Let me get his name. I want to get his name right. I don't want to say the wrong name and then be like, oh, I said the wrong name, guys. Yeah, but who the hell grabbed Terry Crews' crotch? Who grabbed his cock and balls at a party in front of his wife and acted like it wasn't no big thing? Like, who was it? And he filed a police report and everything about that. And so after he filed a police report, he went public with that shit. Went way public. Alright. It's I know the guy's name is similar to the title of the show. Venit? Something Venit? Venit. V-E-N-I-T. Let's see. Yeah, Terry Crews names the Hollywood executive who allegedly groped him. Let's see. And I don't know. I'm getting a little, I got the dude's name right. It's Adam Bennett. Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat as everyone else, and I'm tired of talking about this thing, but the stories keep popping up, and it's just like, how can you not talk about it? So, yeah. Adam Bennett was a man that grabbed, Terry Crews' nuts during a party. And, he was a William Morris Endeavor executive. And so, I guess yesterday he dropped his agency because, I don't understand why people need agents once they reach a certain level in the business. They can negotiate their own deals once they have enough leverage, and once they have a name that people know. Do they just not know how to negotiate their contracts, or what? I don't get it. I don't know. I've never been in the mix, so I don't know the whole ins and outs. But I could speculate all the live long day. But if you're a working actor and you're always getting work and the work keeps coming in, but the work comes in from an agency and they only work through the agency, so I guess you're kind of stuck. You just can't even if you're a big star, you can't independently solicit your talent. I don't know. Like, who knows what's in those fine print in the contracts? Ah, let's see, man. It's just big stuff, man. Oh, I don't know if I'm out. I think I'm just tired today, guys. Just tired. And I've been so tired, and I've been putting off recording this because I've been too tired. But it's like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta keep up with it. And like, it's not like anyone is really, there's a few people listening, and thank you for listening, whoever is listening. But there's few people listening, and it's not like millions of subscribers are like, oh, you better be on point with everything you say because we could scrutinize and criticize anything you say, and I'm not really worried about any of that happening here. I think if I really wanted to make this thing go far and have it be in the public consciousness, I think I would probably just say a bunch of, trollish shit just for controversial purposes, but I don't have the energy for all that. I just want to be real here. It's like I don't want to pretend to be, controversial and it's not in my nature to be so. I don't know. It is what it is. But back to the topic at hand. Yeah, yesterday there was an accusation about Tom Sizemore that came out. He's not really around anymore. He's kind of a persona non grata in Hollywood, and this really doesn't come as any surprise to anyone, other than the fact that the person was 11 years old when it allegedly happened. And this happened back in 2003 while he was filming one of his no-name straight-to-video movies, the kind of jobs he could only get after he fell from grace because of drugs and alcohol abuse and being a fucking general flake, I suppose, and not showing up for his big Hollywood contracts. Yeah, and so he lost his way, and I guess on a set he groped a little girl. It's gross. No, excuse me, I got a cough. Oh man, I used to like that dude. I liked his performances in a bunch of movies in the '90s. Kind of stole the show in the scenes he was in, but those days are over. Those glory days are long gone. Now more than ever. And see more stuff. Like, it's like little bits. You hear little bits, weeks or months in advance, and then more just comes out of nowhere. Let's see. I just saw a headline about Danny Masterson's. Let's see. Danny Masterson, the actor. What? Now Sylvester Stallone. This is news to me. This just in, guys. This just in. Sylvester Stallone? Nah, this has gotta be some bullshit. But that figures if it's true. Alright. This is from Page 6, which I don't know how reputable that is. They have a show on Hulu, I know that much. But it's gossip schmosh, You can always take that shit with a grain of salt. But while I'm waiting for this to load, it's like, what could this mean? Like, Sylvester Stallone accused of forcing 16-year-old girl into threesome. 1986. Man, that was a bad year. That was the year Kevin Spacey came on to Anthony Rapp. Yeah, so yeah, I guess shit was just crazy in '86. I don't know. It's like Sylvester Stallone was accused of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl at a Las Vegas hotel in 1986, according to a report. The unnamed team told Vegas cops in July 1986 the Rocky star intimidated her, quote, into having sex with him and his bodyguard, Michael DeLuca, at a former Las Vegas Hilton hotel where Stallone was staying while shooting a movie in Sin City. I think that's another name for Las Vegas. According to a police report obtained by... This isn't even the original story. Let's go to the original story. A police report obtained by the Daily Mail. Let's go to the Daily Mail. What's the Daily Mail say? It's like, I just hate, like, oh, I'm getting secondhand knowledge here. Let's go to the source. Let's go to the source. Come on. It's like, let's dig a little deeper here. But, well, what? Uh huh? He forced her, a 16-year-old, into a threesome with another guy? White guy? Oh, okay. Oh, let's, come on here. Okay, there we go. A 16-year-old fan. Police report reveals girl claimed Star made her give him and his bodyguard oral sex and threatened that they would beat her head in if she ever told. Yo, I will beat your head in if you tell me about this. What? I will beat your head if you tell me. What? Then. Oh man, I'm making light of a very. This is dark. This is just dark. How dark is this? Where does this go? Man, let me just skim. Oh. No, I gotta read it because it's really, everything I'm reading here is making my jaw drop. Okay, Sylvester Stallone was accused of sexually assaulting. Oh, that's another news alert, I think. Yeah, it's another news alert. Oh, yeah, news alert. Okay. U.S.-led airstrikes against ISIS are killing far more Iraqi civilians than previously acknowledged. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, of course. There's a lot more collateral damage than reported. You know, we gotta keep America looking good, right? All right. Back to Sly, the sly rapist here. Come on. All right. The actor, who was 40 years old at the time, met the teenager while he was filming at the former Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, and she was giving keys to his room. He was shooting over the top at this time. I fucking know it. I know it. This is what he's doing when he's shooting over the top, you know. The movie where he arm wrestles for custody of his son. Oh no! Stallone allegedly had sex with the girl, telling her she was very tight, before asking the minor if she ever had sex with two men at the same time. The girl claims Stallone's bodyguard, Mike DeLuca, who was in the bathroom until Stallone brought him out, forced her to give him oral sex. After performing oral sex on DeLuca for some time, the teen claims he penetrated her while she was made to perform oral sex on Stallone. This can't be true. This can't be true. No way. No way. Teen told police she became very uncomfortable, yeah, for sure, when DeLuca joined in on a sexual encounter, but said she felt she had no choice in the matter. Afterwards, the teen claims Stallone said she couldn't tell anyone because both men were married, and if she said anything, they would have to beat her head in. Yeah, they would have to do it. Just beat or hire some goomba to do it. Yo, I got this 16-year-old girl. She's gonna tell me what I begged her. Me and my begged her. What you want me to do, Sly? You gotta beat her head in. Nah, son of a bitch. Fucking pop-ups. You know, okay, well, you know, I think we've heard enough of that. That pop-up was a cue to X out there. It's like, I was looking for the Danny Masterson thing, and then I run into the Sylvester Stallone thing. This is a nightmare. I should just have a 24-hour stream where just allegations come in. Like, who the fuck's gonna be... Oh, man. No. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's like, you're gonna ruin Rocky now. You're gonna ruin Rocky. And then on top of that, like, Kevin Spacey's legacy just got a little extra dump poured on it earlier today. They kept these allegations under wraps for a little bit until they were all, you know, tallied up and complete. Because Kevin Spacey was a artistic director for the Old Vic, a British theater. And after the shit came out about, you know, Kevin Spacey and Anthony Rapp, blah, 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 you know, the whole deal, they put out like a hotline so people could call in for, you know, to put in their own allegations. And after all was said and done, they ended up with 20 allegations against Kevin Spacey. And I guess they were all guys. And, you know, okay, 20. All right, what? maybe some of them aren't telling the truth, but all it takes is one, and I'm sure at least one person in that fag group is telling the truth. Oh, you're not gonna. He's not gonna be able to redeem himself out of this one. He can't act his way out of this one, I guess. Oh man, that dude's stock is so low. So low. Just so low. That's sad. It's really sad. But, you know, it's really sad that, you know, you don't get to, we won't get to see him play these awesome supporting roles in movies like Nine Lives and Fred Claus and what other shitty movies is he in? He's in quite a few. I haven't watched a lot of his movies from the last 10 years. I just really like the ones he did in the 90s. Like everything from Glengarry Glen Ross to K-Pax, I guess. Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, like that whole stretch. After that, it kind of became whatever. Kevin Spacey in the movie. Yeah, that's cool. Oh man, so it's pretty bad, guys. It's bad out there. And I still couldn't find that Danny Masterson thing, but you know, I'm sure it's true-ish. Everything is just true-ish. The only thing that's real is the emotions, I guess. The emotions are real. It's the true. And it's pretty sad. You know. Where's a sense of pride and accomplishment when you need it? Huh? That's another thing. Like departing. Like I'm done talking about the harassment shit. This is done. Like Sylvester Stallone killed it. I wasn't expecting that. I'm kind of shell shocked right now. Yeah. So let's move on here. You know, I go on Reddit, and Reddit's just blowing up with these anti-EA games memes. I mean, it's unreal. I mean, I'm not a video game guy, but I understand why everyone is pissed off. And, you know, they got the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming out, and, you know, people were excited about it, and then people who had an inside look into the game, they paid $80 to get the game and realized that most of the characters, including Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, were locked, and you gotta play for like 40 hours to unlock any of them. And, you know, a developer from EA tried to, do damage control and try to calm everyone down. And, you know, they came out with a statement saying that, it's important to. I'm gonna paraphrase this shit, but the gist of it is the reason why it takes so long to unlock these characters is because it gives a sense of pride in accomplishment for unlocking your favorite heroes. It became the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. It's still going strong. And they've been using that line, the pride and accomplishment line, in memes, and it's just ridiculous. Like, oh, it's like kind of a. It's the worst argument ever, because it's like, okay, you work really hard and you unlock your characters, great, but you gotta earn the fake in-game currency, the Galaxian crystals or whatever the fuck they're giving off on that game. I mean, I don't know. I don't play the game, so I'm not going to. But you know, the thing that caught me, the thing I related to about this whole story is you can only get far in the game if you have enough money to get far in the game. Because it's like, if you're a working stiff working 40 hours a week, you don't have 40 extra hours to try to unlock Luke Skywalker. And you probably don't make enough money at your job to allow for that kind of, just keep unlocking characters, just feeding money. Like, you already paid $80 for the game. Shouldn't that be the end of it? I don't know. It's really bad. It's like, okay, the rich are winners, the poor just work their asses off for a sense of pride and accomplishment. A sense is the key word there. Sense. It's a sense of pride and accomplishment. It means it's not a real feeling of pride and accomplishment. It's just a sense of that feeling. it's just a sense of it, which is pretty much what you feel when you binge watch a series on Netflix or watch a new movie that you've been waiting for. It's like you get see a sense of pride and accomplishment, and it's just a bunch of BS to me. I don't dig it. I don't dig that argument. I think it's just an excuse to get money, and I think a lot of gamers can agree with me on that. Even though I'm not one of you, I feel for you. It's like it's kind of like it's a universal story about the struggle. It's like, oh, you could just pay your way through life if you have enough money. But if you work really hard for it, you'll have a sense of pride and accomplishment for everything you earned. Okay, great. That is awesome. I just love working for that fleeting feeling. I love working for it. It's almost like an addiction in a way. It's all about your next fix, right? It's all about the next fix. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my ass here, but I just think the memes are funny. I just think the memes are really funny. Like they did a variation on it with a picture of Kevin Spacey. Is is like you earn a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different positions, and underneath is a is a picture of Kevin Spacey. I'm like, okay. It's like they're all over the place. I'm sure if you haven't ran into one on Facebook by now, or if you haven't seen one on Reddit. Well, if you've been on Reddit, you've seen them. If you've been on Reddit, you've seen them. But if you're not a redditor, then you might just run into it. Or if you're a gamer yourself, you just and you're waiting for this game, and you're just annoyed that you gotta you gotta pay to play, pay to win, essentially. Um, and it's sad, but that's my piece on the matter. And and I'm this is I'm wondering why people aren't shitting themselves more about this right now, this thing I'm about to talk about. Because, like, I read it and I'm like, no. I mean, this is just more dick measuring between Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump, or what? I don't think that's what this is. I think it was a legitimate threat to the president. The North Korean media, and this comes from up on high to Kim Jong Un, God, as far as I know that the Koreans are concerned, himself, Kim Jong Un, the man, the small fat man. I really shouldn't speak ill of the regime. That's a no-no in their books. But yeah, no, the North Korean media has passed a death sentence to Donald Trump, which can mean I'm not exactly sure exactly what that means. It could mean one of two things, I think. Like one, the first thing it could mean is like, okay, if Donald Trump goes into North Korea, he's dead. Well, you know, Trump went to South Korea last week, and he kind of pussied out and didn't go to North Korea because he knew, yeah, no, he avoided that shit like plague. So he went to North Korea and I guess he enjoyed himself. I really don't care if he had a good time or not, whatever. But he didn't end up going to North Korea. Um, but but what it could also mean is that it's like Kim sending guys out after him, assassins for the North Korean regime, and it's gonna if they're gonna attempt to assassinate him, and if they assassinate him, I think I don't think the country will be that quick to action to retaliate because it's gonna cause a lot of problems on the homeland. People are gonna his supporters are gonna be sad, and the people who pretty much didn't vote for him or didn't want him as president uh, would be like, right, yeah, yeah, he should die. No, no. And so it could cause like a whole civil war situation. So it would have to be mediated if indeed the assassination attempt was successful. However, if it just remains an attempt and he just like gets wounded or Pence gets shot, something like that, like a Korean assassin comes out and just like he wounds Trump, but doesn't kill him. Well, after that, welcome to World War III. So that's colon bursting news. That's really scary. I'm not that scared because it's these two have been in a dick measuring contest since day one, and after a while you don't think the fire and fury will come, but it just might. It's a very dangerous time. It's very tense. It's a very tense and dangerous time. And that's really all I could say about that. I'm shocked. shock of the world today. But, you know, I'm going to do another show tomorrow. At least I'm planning on it. Hopefully I'll have better news, you know. I can only hope. Yeah. But, you know, it's like, hopefully I'll talk about more happy things so I can make better jokes, maybe. I'm not even sure if I did any jokes in this one. I just talked about everything. It's just, you know, this is just my reaction to shit. I don't get it, you know. Everyone just keeps talking and no one's listening. That's the way of the world. It's a sad thing. Well, you know. So I think I'll leave it on that high note, you know. So I don't think I was all here today, but you know, it gets rough in the middle of the week. I guess it's just a grind of living, I suppose. After you reach 30, it's just, you know, it takes more of an effort to keep going. Like, you know, not that like you want to give up. It's just like it's so tired. It's tiring. It's exhausting. This entire world is exhausting. But you know, that's the way of the world, and I love it. I love everything. Love my life. Love my family. You know, what more can you ask for? So, I think that's pretty much what I'll. I think I'll leave it there. It's pretty good. All right. I will definitely do another show tomorrow. I think it's in the cards because I got a lot more to talk about. I think I just grazed the tip of the iceberg here, but there's a lot more I want to talk about. So, until next time, gang. This is Nick Murphy signing out. November 16th, 2017. Keep it easy and keep it real. And that's all I got, really. Okay, bye. The Inventors of Pete and Pete theme, guys. Listen to it. Remember that? Yeah. Remember when you were young. Alright, that's all from me, folks. Have a great day. Take it easy and keep it sleazy.